started playing together about eight years ago.
8 years ago.
It occurred to me that we should start recording. I had been playing the C minor sonata, Beethoven C minor sonata since I think I learned it when I was 17, 18 years old. And played it at the beginning of my career, in my early 20s. And had a hard time with this piece because I loved the energy of it and the passion of it and the intensity of it, but I couldn't understand the markings.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that he wrote them and you know that you have to obey them.
Mm-hmm.
And in my early 20s, I found those markings for me to go against the notes that he wrote.
I feel in regards to Beethoven, it took me till I was in my 30s before I could understand Beethoven in general.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It
Exactly.
took that long, and that's what's so thrilling about now when you and I had the opportunity to record this and to record it live. I think you and I have both gone through this path with Beethoven and come to a place of where we feel like we understand. I think this Rondo Brilliant is one of the hardest pieces of music written for the combination of violin and piano.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure, it is almost impossibly difficult for both instruments. You're super exposed, you can't hide under for the piano, you can't hide under the pedal. It's just filled with notes, it's filled with both instruments of jumping from one place to another
Very
place.
uncomfortable, unviolinistic,
Absolutely. And trying to get this piece to be perfectly together, this is one of those pieces I think either it clicks right away when you're playing it with each other, or you're going to be in for one hell of a battle.
Yeah, you have at least 100 rehearsals and
it still wouldn't click. We got lucky in that, it clicked right away for us, and even with that, then it required a lot of work.
Yeah, we worked really hard on that.
We worked very hard on the shoot. What a completely crazy, psychotic, fabulous piece of
It is
music.
a totally psychotic piece,
I'm in love with it.
and I learned it when I was 16.
Did you really?
Yeah, this French pianist asked me to play a series with him in Switzerland, of all places, of Forgotten Masters.
Uh-huh.
And you had to play music from masterful composers, but not music that we all know. I thought it was fun.
Right. It is fun.
Because I was very young and I thought, wow, look at all this crazy stuff I have to do here.
Right.
I think now the piece is kind of coming into its own. We've played it a lot of places and
We've
people
played
come
it.
from full-length societies and
Yes.
thank you for playing full-length on
Yes.
Nobody.
People seem to love it when we play it, but you know what, in all my years of I've played so much chamber music in my career, I had never gotten a request to play full-length sonata until you.
Well, that's a perfect example because Annie knows every single piece written for the piano as far as chamber music and solo stuff. But chamber music, I think there's not one, I'm not kidding, one piece that she doesn't know. When I decided that I wanted to record an album with you, it was pretty clear to me right away that I wanted it to be live.
The interesting thing of doing a live recording, I was also thrilled that you wanted to do a live recording because I do feel that is both of us individually and collectively, our most powerful voice.
There is something about playing live,
Mm-hmm.
and your mindset has to be, I'm making a recording here. However, there are live people in front of me, and this is a concert that I'm just super prepared for, and mostly I would say it goes 80% concert, 20% recording. The repertoire that we recorded for this album would have been a completely different album if it was done in a studio, and this was something that was very important to me.
It's one of those pieces that really you need to bring your personality to the piece.
Yeah,
you can't just play this piece and let it happen.
Okay, that's enough. We can't. We're filming.
We're filming. That's so. And did you see that broadcast?
It's recording.
They had it on
It is?
AOL.
Yeah.
So when I was 5, I'm like, no, I'm sorry.